you all? We hope you are well. In this video, we are going to solve a problem question related to the London steam carriage. Our group is made by Josué Villota, Emmanuel Pinzón, Cristian Sanchez, Lina Sanchez, and Lara Blanco. First of all, I will introduce you to our topic, according to what was mentioned before. Our problem in question is, how did the London steam carriage benefit the people in England? For that, we are going to talk about a period of time in which this was invented. In this case, an interval of years. During the first industrial revolution, also we are going to talk about all about this invention to solve our question. We are going to talk about its historical context, process of creation, and its advantage or disadvantage, since our main question is based on that. To understand better this event, we are going to give you a context about the historical period that was created. Then, this steam carriage was created during the first industrial revolution, which goes from 1850 to 1850. During this revolution, the use of coal to produce steam was discovered and used to develop the steam machine, which started to be used for the creation of a lot of transportation steam machines and factories. In this case, the steam carriage was one of those machines which used coal to evaporate water and create steam that pushed something to create motion in the wheels.
After this brief context, let's start talking about what is and how does the steam carriage work. Let's talk about who invent this machine. So it was Nicholas Watgon, the genius who was created. He was a French military engineer, born in September 25 in 1725. As it was mentioned before, he powered carriages after he served in Austria army. In the same year, War could not return to Paris in 1763 to devote his time to writing military treatises and tinkering with a number of inventions he had conceived with company. He built two steam proper tractors for hauling artillery. First on the 1769 and the second on 1770. According to that, we are going to focus on the first one. The steam carriage. Now that we know about the inventor, let's talk about the invention. So let's start with reasons why it's created. So basically, could not want to means having large artillery without the fuss and the smell of horse. Because of that, Kutner and an assistant army mechanic beside built the first cart and the Paris arsenal around the basic wood from their challenge. And his challenge was to convert the lateral motion of the steam engine into a rational engine required for locomotion. The process begins by the placing the engine and its boiler over top and use the pistons and with those push notched discs on the each side of from the wheel. Since the wheel driving assembly have to pilot with the wheel, steering must have been very heavy and high radio till it get set properly in little and underwheel design. Now that you know the purpose of the creator and how he managed to make his ideas come true, let's begin talking about the advantage or disadvantage this carriage brought to the England community.
which is one of the most important facts we need to keep in mind to solve our problem question. So, first of all, it supports a lot of weight but not in excess because of the materials it is made of. This helped people to transport to other places with baggage in a safer way than talking. And of course, it was a way much comfortable for people. And when this carriage started to be replicated around England, people started to transport other people to different places. So it began to develop this through a new way of a job. So now people could earn money from this kind of new way of mobilization through the first steam automobile. So now their economy improved and benefit England people. But as nothing in this world is perfect, and this carriage is definitely not an exception, now we are going to mention the disadvantage of problems this invasion brought to the country. So, in our opinion, this made people become lazy. When it comes to traveling by walking, since now they can travel from one place to another without wasting so much energy and time making this exercise. For that reason, obesity could increase as now many people were going to stop walking. They would stop making the daily exercise they need to make to travel from a place to another.
The people who use a lot this automobile. This applies to people from the passengers to the drivers or the people who work transporting people in this machine. So the passengers now, they didn't need to walk so much, but it went to a point in which now they didn't any exercise since they once walked to get to another place. And the ones who suffered the most, the drivers. These people were exposed to hours of being seen in a chair driving the whole day just for earning money. But as they were always in the same position, not only they would become really upset because of the non-weekly exercise they made before this invention made. Since they didn't have this job, but also they could harm their backs hands as they maintained themselves all the day in the same position since sit in a bench all the time. While the new way of working as it was mentioned before, but now that people were really lazy to work, they would create new ideas of transport without walking or making any type of exercise. So this carriage had some errors in its structure since it was made of wood and because of that it created lots of accidents. Now people were going to base their new ideas on that one to create new machines even better than the first one because they now will have enough knowledge to make an engine almost at a perfect point. So from the first idea, emerged a lot of new and better ones, which means that people learn from Knot's small errors when he created carriage. This, of course, it was an advantage based on the error this had.
That we know how, who, why it was created, and we analyze the advantages and disadvantages this invention had, it's time to answer our problem question after we all understand better the topic. So to conclude, based on this information, we can state that the main advantages that benefit this brought were that now people could go from one place to another in a faster and more comfortable way, as now they won't need to use horses to make a carriage move. This benefited the environment since now horses were not used that much to carry people. This engine supported a considerable amount of weight, which means that the passengers could travel with some baggage, something that really benefited the London community as they needed to get to their different jobs walking, but now they have a more efficient way to get there, the London steam machine. So now that people started to replicate Cognot's model, many people had one of those engines. Then the idea of carrying people to one place to another in these machines emerged and now people worked in that. So they basically transported people from one location to another with this earned money in exchange. But as we mentioned, this carriage had some structural problems which produced it to fall down and create automobilist accidents. Based on that, people as they really wanted to continue with the philosophy of creating new engines that worked or supported mobilization in the country in an easier way to another level, they learned from those errors to create better engines to continue with this new way of economy and traveling. So at the end, this machine helped in every aspect, from making people to stop wasting their time walking to make them to improve those engines from errors. So this helped to acquire new knowledge.